Today, from Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin, it's a special New Year's Eve edition of the NFL on Today Sports.
That'll be taken about a yard deep. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. So here comes the Packers offense now onto the field. And leading them, Charles, their quarterback, their field general.
I know you saw in your email that the ballots will be coming in after this week's games for league MVP. You've got a vote, I've got a vote. We're getting ready to see a closing argument in this one, though. Can he lock it down?
Week 17, the last act. We're not supposed to say who we're voting for, but I can say this. He's in the stadium right now. So there you go. There's my hint.
There's your hint right there. I'm going to wait until after this one is over. He's got to sway me with one more performance.
Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game. So what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels. Because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
First and 10 at the
Jones.
38-yard line.
And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42.
The ball carrier.
The numbers on the ground for Jones last week. The hat trick +1, 4 trips to the end zone with his legs.
And, partner, you know how all the guys do when they do that little symbol now about eating, right? Keep feeding me, feeding me. They just kept feeding him, and next thing you know, he kept getting in the end zone.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 12 yards there and a first down.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
They'll run it with Jones. They'll get only a couple down to the 44.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point scoring gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now
into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 20, and his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. The former Missouri Tiger, Drew Lock, will be at quarterback as he leads out the Denver Broncos. Lock and the Broncos going to come up first and 10 at their own 21.
And I thought it was a really nice performance last week by him. 3 touchdown passes. I think that signifies exactly what he was getting done. He did have the 1 interception.
That's the ratio you say you're okay with.
If you go 3-1, you're going to be pretty happy over the course of the season. And let's face it, he'll never blame the receiver publicly. But behind closed doors, he probably told his agent, hey, what's the deal? I should have a perfect game.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. A gain of 13. It's a first down. The numbers for him from a week ago: 6 catches, 94 yards. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29.
And he was able to get open there, but that's not always easy against this bunch defensively. We are deep enough into the season where numbers count. This is #1 rated defense in the NFL. He'll have a tough time.
Packer pressure, and down he goes. Zadarius Smith in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for him. So 3rd and long now for Locke and the Broncos following the sack. Locke working out of the gun. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes
Clark
down
with another one, yes.
Kenny Clark in there for the sack, and that is now 21 for him on the year. Wow, what a season. And that sack certainly just strengthening his candidacy for Defensive Player of the Year. You think he's got that one in the bag yet?
I'm not willing to vote quite yet just because I won't wait till the season's over. But he is really tracking towards it. Just look at all the great plays we've seen from him throughout the season. Strength plays that you referenced there, as well as agility. agility plays. They just have not found a way to block him consistently. 2nd and 10
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And this will be incomplete.
That was, no way.
Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
It's second down and 10.
Now Jones. First down and much more here for Jones. And he will finally be taken out of bounds. A big hitter. That one goes for 40 yards. Well, this is the reigning NFC Offensive Player of the Week. Runs like that might get him another award.
Yeah, Thunderbolt right out of the gate, huh? How about that, hitting the defense hard early? And, of course, carrying the momentum from last week into this week's game.
Let's go. Here to the 8-yard line. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
It's now second and 6 at the 8-yard line.
This is Jones. And a nice pickup there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line. They come out 5 wide. 3 of them to the right side. They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. Touchdown, Packers! Andy Isabella, his 19th touchdown now on the season. And the Packers have taken the early lead. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Taken in at the 3. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Take over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. The partner just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season. The playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from taking a runner early, but if there's that special one there, I say they go get him.
And a look now at Nelson, who remains down. He appears to be shaken up a bit. And in week 17, let's hope this won't affect him for the playoffs.
Oh, no, definitely not.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
Denver.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius. Understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball. And puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
Everybody's just getting hurt now.
We're going to get a timeout, an injured player. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line. And in week 17, let's hope this won't affect him for the playoffs. We'll step aside. And he'll get about 4 as he's brought down at the 24-yard
line.
That call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. And he's got it. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Jerry Jeudy, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying the football game. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, That meant fly route, go. Uh-oh, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way to the end zone for the touchdown.
The Packers take over 1st and 10.
Here's Aaron Jones in the offense trotting back out. And a week ago, as you get a look at the numbers, well over 100 yards, he was on fire.
He was on fire. Obviously, the offensive line was on fire. All the guys who were trying to assist him. But you know who else was? The play caller. Because his ego totally got out of the way. And he kept calling the plays that were working over and over, and they really didn't stop him.
Now the challenge, can they duplicate it? Looking deep for Adams, and that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
Are you serious?
So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Here's Jones. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Son of a bitch.
Oh.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. That ball complete to Isabella. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. This one caught by Isabella. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers.
Yes.
Andy Isabella with touchdown number 20 on the year, and the Packers have taken the lead.
For the point after.
Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I think they're thinking about altering their game plan. Whatever they came in with, now maybe you switch a better cover guy to it. Or you make sure you have more people in his general area wherever he lines up to at least try and discourage them from throwing the ball to him.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
26-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7 as they come up 1st and 10. They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards.
1st down.
Shotgun snap to Lock. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
It brings up 3rd down.
On 3rd down, Sawyer. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that'll bring up 4th down.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Packer drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. On the delay, Jones. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to it. 12 yards there and a first down. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
On second down, it's Jones. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Now third down is looming, a pickup of 2 on first down and just 1 yard there.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Able to find Isabella. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. It's a big play for the Pack on third. 42 yards.
We know play callers can be very creative in this game today, but sometimes when they've got receivers with speed like this, they don't need to design incredibly complex calls. Sometimes it's just get the ball in his hands and let him do his thing. In a sense, less can become more, and it was right there.
They'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And all the way down to the 17-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
At the 17-yard line.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Going to throw right side here.
Oh, so
And
close.
the Packers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. They'll try and run it in with Jones. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Aaron Jones with another touchdown, number 24 on the year. And the Packers add 6 to their lead. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions, and they're a PAT from going up 21-7.
Yeah, very impressive the way that they've moved the football. Full command of their playbook, full command of the way they wanted to attack.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And I got this piece right here.
Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the driver to get at the 25-yard line. And the focus shifts back to Jerry Jeudy and his Bronco teammates. Unless he has a Julio Jones-type 300-yard game in him that Julio did against the Panthers in 2016, probably not going to reach 1,000, but still pretty good year.
I think you're right. It's a pretty good year for him, but let's face it, every receiver's dream is to have a game like Julio Jones had against the Carolina Panthers. It's 300 yards on the nose, and it didn't matter what coverage they sent his way. He solved it each and every time. Maybe our...
Now the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. And now following that sack, looks like we've got an injured man down there on the field. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. To try again after the sack. Lock. And the pressure gets to him again. Preston Smith racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Got an open man here, and it's K.J. Hamler.
And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds.
At the 44-yard
The Green Bay offense ready to take over.
And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Either some guys up front, or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the
We'll
football.
see if they can disrupt it here.
That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
at the 22-yard line.
A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete.
Second and 10 at the 22-yard line.
On second down, it's Jones. And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18. Well, earlier this half, you were wondering how they were going to defend him. I think you used the term bottle him up at different levels. They've struggled to do that.
They certainly have, because when you see them approach, in order to bottle them up at different levels, that front line's got to take care of business. Otherwise, he starts to sip through.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete.
And the Packers are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Now Jones. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll make it second and goal.
Second and goal at the 3-yard line.
And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Josiah DeGuara, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run. He finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
He knocks it through. It's 28-7. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it ends with a Packers touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And this carries into the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And a first half that really has not been kind to them. A late opportunity here to maybe make some inroads on this deficit before half.
And this drive's going to go a long way towards telling us whether they actually have a chance to come all the way back in this game or not.
And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds.
At the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up second and 5.
Throwing again on second down. Lock, throw right side, complete to Williams. And he gets this up to the 34, out of bounds there. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
Third down.
Lock now to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And this is too far behind his man. He missed him. It's incomplete. And here's Joseph Charlton now,
as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Davis now to return it. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
You know, we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? Where everything is working for them, every move they make works, it clicks, and they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about.
Second and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. He'll find his tight end here, DeGuara.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a first down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He gets this to Devontae.
Come on, tell me he was in. No.
He's inside the 30. 17 more yards. They had 17 on the previous snap as well.
That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
Looking left side, he's got it complete.
Yeah, this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
A gain of 9.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
At the Broncos' 20-yard line.
So we've reached halftime here on New Year's Eve. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. It is the final weekend of the regular season, final day of the calendar year as well. A lot of action to update you on, so let's get right to it. We'll get our tour started out at Venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. And it's the Giants who are out in front. 2 touchdowns there for Saquon Barkley. From there, let's get to Philadelphia as we check on the Eagles at home at Lincoln Financial Field. And you can see they trail the visiting Cowboys. Big Zeke, Ezekiel Elliott, 2 touchdown runs. Lastly, let's motor up to the Motor City. See what's happening with the Lions at home at Ford Field. And it's the visiting Minnesota Vikings who are out in front.
And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it.
Colin Kaepernick has thrown a touchdown pass.
The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Lock again here on 2nd and 10. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
Damn it.
Maybe a frustration penalty there because he's picked them apart.
They've tried their best to get to him and haven't done it successfully. A penalty is a result of that hit there.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 18 more yards there and another first down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Running game working, they'll stick with it on first down. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. From the gun, it's Locke. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
And it's 3rd down.
From the gun, Locke. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line.
And it's 4th down.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. Here's the Packers offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Yeah, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion.
An excellent run there coming from out wide.
And we used to consider these jet sweeps to be gadget plays or something a little bit unusual, right? But now most teams have some version of this play in their playbook. And I think it's a lot because of the receivers that are being developed nowadays. These guys look like running backs even though they're playing out on the perimeter.
19 yards there on the catch and run.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Another connection between the two. This one good for 12 and a first down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Over the middle, that's caught by Adams. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 23 yards on the play.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Andy Isabella was the intended target. That'll bring up second down.
Second and 10.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And now nothing but green ahead of him. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20.
This was almost what I've heard referred to as a pick 12.
Pick 12, explain.
Well, you're talking about the 6 that they were trying to get.
Because they were so close to
Right,
the end
and
zone.
now the 6 going the other direction. So when you take a look at teams on the march, they're in the red zone. Then after the interception, and it took a touchdown-saving tackle to keep them from going all the way.
The run only got a yard. Here's second and 9. They'll keep it on the ground. Sawyer. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2. Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. He's got his tight end fan. And the Broncos are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a first and goal. To throw it is Locke. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal. Operating from the gun. Block. His pass caught at the 4. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. A 4-yard pickup, not enough. 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Field goal is good. Makes the score Packers 28.
A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
Credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
Now on the return here, we've got an injured player down there. And in Week 17, let's hope this won't affect him for the playoffs. We'll step aside. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
He'll find Aguara complete.
That catch good for only a couple.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a 1st down. A give to Jones. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will.
They're making it look easy out there. Another 1st down. So far in this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 1st downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
His throw incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Hey, they're scared. They're scared. Let's go. Hey.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Open man left side. It's the tight end DeGuara. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Josiah DeGuara with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Packers add on to their lead.
On that 3rd down call, the goal was to get the ball to their tight end and pick up a 1st down, but he wasn't satisfied with just that. They got the 1st down. That was the gravy. He decided to take in the whole meal and rumbled in for a touchdown.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Take over 1st and 10. At their own
the Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 11 yards there, 1st down.
And the Broncos 1st down.
They look to throw. It's Locke. Over the middle, complete to Tate. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 10 more there and another 1st down.
1st down, Broncos.
Locke looks to throw it again. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. He was trying to find Noah Fant, the tight end, and it's 2nd down.
It's 2nd down and 10.
To throw again. Locke. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
On 3rd and long, it's Locke. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. And movement by one of the Broncos up front, and in comes the flag. And that'll set them back 5. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. They're looking for Judy, but it's intercepted. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. So good field position for the Packers as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. And they'll begin by running the option. Give him 4 yards there on the first down keeper. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
The Packers on third down. No problems to this point. A perfect 5 for 5. Here it's 3rd and 2. Caught on the right side by Adams. And he's going to have a Packers first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first.
It carries like that. That's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. The give is to Jones. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Now we've got whistles, and the man slow to get up here is the quarterback, Allen. After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
Gets this to Isabella on the jet sweep. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Andy Isabella, his 21st touchdown of the season. And the Packers continue to roll. Even though they've got this big advantage, Charles, they are not taking their foot off the gas pedal right now.
Well, I think what we're seeing is the result of all their great preparation and great practice time during the week. And even though it seems like this is a great chance to pull people back and maybe, not try and score a few more times, they don't want to do that. I think they're enjoying what they're seeing, the collective effort, and they want to play it all the way out.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. K.J. Hamler returning it. A lane opens here. He's past the 30. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 33-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter.
It's a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll make it a 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
That time he was looking for Jerry Jeudy.
And it's 3rd and 4. Locke working out of the gun. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he will have a Broncos first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. Block now on first down. He's got his big tight end, Fant. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 47-yard line.
Again, they'll throw with Locke. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
He was trying to get that ball to Auden Tate.
And it's 3rd down.
It's 3rd down.
Again, it's Locke. This is the tight end, Fant. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Locke on target to Fant for a Bronco first down.
And a Broncos first down.
95's the sand. Go check his butt out.
Now Locke again. That's caught over the middle by Fant. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
2-yard line.
Now a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
And he'll give it here to his running back. He will push his way down to about the 14. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
14-yard line.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Bronco football as we get your reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Block with a throw, caught by Hamler.
That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. So 2 third-down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a third, and now they deal with 4th down.
31-yard attempt.
And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost, and that will knock this down to still a very large 29-point deficit. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
29-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
And you've got to imagine the celebration is already well underway. Smiles on that sideline. Still a little time left, but 16-0 appears to almost be a certainty now.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Again, it's Jones. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Now 3rd and 5.
Hey, Cowboy 80. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. Tighten up.
On 3rd down, here's Jones. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Bit of a surprise. They ran it on 3rd and medium. Proved to be the right call. 1st and 10.
With that run, double check my math. Yes, he has hit 8,000 career rushing yards.
And that's fantastic. That means he's now approaching the top 15 all-time rushers in NFL history. That means he just sped past Terrell Davis, who's in the Hall of Fame. And now he's just got to go ahead and be strong and run hard because he's chasing down Larry Zonka.
They've had some success here in overtime on this opening drive running the football. Right back to that well.
And why not? When you have that kind of success, make them stop you. And until they do, keep going back to that well you just spoke about. I think there's more water there and available to them.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking.